Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Word of Truth. And we starting off like this. Music in the background. Getting loose before we get into our topic today. I hope y'all ready, because this is going to be one of the most realest topics I have ever have done. Off this, not even off a script. This is straight up 100% real talk. Let me turn this down so y'all can hear me, because I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I'm gonna let that play a little bit. But this is gonna be 100% real talk, no playing around. As I'm doing this, I got so much going on today. In fact, I got so much going on in just life, and I'm embracing the challenges that's ahead, because I'm gonna have to. I got boxes to unbox. I got videos that I need to get ready to record. Probably next week. I was going to do it today, but there's so much going on today, and everything pointed to me not doing it. Just focus on my studio and my equipment, some of the equipment that I got in, and we gonna turn up a little bit this year, and we gonna do things differently. It's gonna be a new look, probably new sounds and everything else. So get ready. We actually gearing up. I'm actually gearing up for next year. This year is just gonna be a breeze through year. Next year we gonna get it in, because last year was a great year for me. Since that's over with, we might as well just turn this off. Okay, we gonna turn this off here. All right, so welcome to Word of Truth, and the topic today. It's about the music industry. Yeah, you heard it. You heard me right. Music industry. When I was coming up, music was a part of life. It was real. It was something to look forward to in the morning time, when you got up to go to school, when you got up to go to work, before you go party. Music was the party starter when I was coming up. Of course, you had, the NWAs, but that came in, a little bit later on down the line. I was born in 1981, where the rap scene wasn't quite there yet, but you had the Houdinis and groups like that, right? Then you brought on, Run DMC. Then you bring on, Big Daddy Kane, and all these legends, KRS-Ones, Rakims, some of the southern rappers, the Ghetto Boys. You had a lot, LL Cool J. It was a lot of clean rap back in those days. I'm gonna take my time with this today. I don't want to rush. So when I was listening to music, the MC Hammers of the world, right? I'm gonna throw out names as I go. As I was growing up, it was real clean rap, and the Will Smiths of the world made it fun. To be cool and a little geeky at the same time. I come from an era where it was alright to be a little geeky. Yeah, you got teased, but it was okay to be a little geeky. If you was too tough, people don't want to mess with you. And who wants to be a tough guy around a tough guy all day? Then you had those that just played ball in sports. That was me. I played ball. I was into sports. I was into nature. I was into other things. But music was a part of my life. And when I got introduced to rap, my first inspiration of rap really to get me in it was, I think it was Snoop Dogg. When I first heard Snoop, I was already into music, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up. But when I heard Snoop, it was a different, it was a different feel, It came from that NWA era, that bad boy image, and I liked it that. So then, fast forward, you had Tupac. So now, in the Tupac era, you had gangster rap all over the place. You had Junior Mafia, Biggie Smalls, Nas, Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Had some of the Southern rappers coming up in the game. Bun B and Pimp C and 3-6 Mafia. It was a lot of rap artists out there back in 1996 I think 1996 was a great year for hip hop, and I actually enjoyed 1996. That was a big year for hip hop. But even then, it wasn't too much. It was violent. It wasn't too much sexual. It was a little sexual. R&B was popping. R&B through the 90s was popping. When it got to 2000, it kind of stalled a little bit because hip hop became more the face of music. Everybody wanted to be hip hop. But R&B really started off set it off, with the great R&B singers in the 90s and the groups that was out there, the R&B groups, Then you had rap groups, like the Wu-Tangs and the Locks, you know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes, Flip Modes, all these little branches, that was I'm trying to think of some names as I go. Naughty by Nature, Tribe Called Quest, shoot, man, it's so many. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna go through a list. Just put out a list. I told you this is not scripted. So what I'm saying is, back in those days, hip hop was clean. It was balanced a little bit. You had a little bit of everything. 10 years later, it just changed. You came from, the Hot Boys, Cash Money, No Limit, T.I., Gucci Man, Jeezy, Ludacris. Who else? State Property, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Cassidy. I'm just speaking on art, all these other rappers in between the 2000 and 2010 was, the Nellies of the world, David Banners of the world, you know what I'm saying? The Little Johns and, a lot. It was if you go from 2000 to 2010, that was I think that was the last of the golden years of true hip hop. I said all that just to say that. But it's true. From 2000 to 2010 was the golden era of hip hop. That was it. That was the last of the golden era of hip hop. When it started. I think I believe it started it with the Run DMCs of the world, the Big Daddy Kanes, the Rakims, and the LL Cool J's and the Big L's and all those. You know what I'm saying? All those. But 2010 was it for me, as far as I know. Matter of fact, we're gonna do a little research. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. So, just looking at 2010 top songs. Runaway by Kanye West, Black and Yellow Wiz Khalifa, BMF Rick Ross, Power Kanye West. That's when Kanye West was just on his knowledge chill. Nicki Minaj, Power, Super Bass, Waka Flocka, Hard in the Paint, Waka Flocka, No Hands, Lil Wayne, Right Above It, Usher, There Goes My Baby, B.O.B., Airplanes, Kanye West, All of the Lights, Beamer, Benz and Bentley, Lloyd Banks, Pretty Boy Swag, Soulja Boy was still popping, Rick Ross with Aston Martin Music, Drake was coming in the game heavy, Find Your Love, Eminem, Love the Way You Lie. Let's see, let's keep going. Let me see. This is interesting. Lil Wayne, Miss Me, Kanye, Monster, Eminem, Not Afraid. Eminem was still popping crazy. Trey Songz was coming up. With Bottoms Up. Drake Over, Lloyd Banks, Started Up. Big Boy, Shutterbug, Nicki Minaj, Moment for Life, Kanye West, Blame Game, Kanye West, Dark Fantasy, Dirty Money, Hello Morning. So if you look at it, you even had The Roots still pumping out music. T.I. was pumping out music. Neo was pumping out music. Jaheim, Finding My Way Back, was pumping out music. Monica was pumping out music. Ludacris was still pumping out music. Dr. Dre Kush was pumping out music. Timberland was pumping out music. Say something. So the last time you really had a bunch of good music that was collective together was in 2010. Arguably. I'm not even going to 2011. Probably 2011 was crazy. Do I want to? Let me see. So in 2011, much the same. Lil Wayne was still crazy. Big Sean, you still, Beyonce. Wiz Khalifa was still popping. J. Cole was coming up in the game. Yeah, so this was the last, like 2010, 2011, you can probably say Ham by Kanye was out in 2011. Best Thing I Ever Had, Beyonce. Lloyd Banks, Dedication to My Ex. Common, Ghetto Dreams. Lil Wayne, She Will. A$AP Rocky. A$AP been out for a long time. He's a vet. So as you can see, this rap game has changed. Now today, let's fast forward. I like this. Let's do this. Let's fast forward to 2020. All right. Top hip hop songs. All right. Megan Thee Stallion, Savage, The Baby, Rockstar. Jack Harlow, What's Poppin'. Drake, Laugh Now, Cry Later. He's still here. Lil Baby, The Bigger Picture, We Paid, 42 Doug, Cardi B, WAP, Drake, Tootsie Slide, Eminem, Godzilla, Kid Cudi, The Scots, Metro Boomin, Running, Future, Life is Good, Pop Star, DJ Khaled, Alchemist, something to rap about, Lil Yachty, Oprah's bank account, Chris Brown, Go Crazy, Future, Drinking and Smoking, Lil Baby, Something to Prove, Travis Scott, Gunna, Internet Money, Lemonade, Lil Baby, Emotionally Scarred, NLE Chopper, Polo G, Lil Durk, Nicki Minaj, Yikes, Lil Nas X, Holiday. Speaking of Lil Nas X, and see, Lil Nas X opened up the door to what the hip hop really is today. And as you see today, you have really not much real good hip hop artists. You know, you have rappers that can make party songs and trap songs if you like that type of music. But comparing it from, this year to 2010, 2011, it's a different energy. Rap ain't what it used to be. Rap ain't never gonna be what it used to be. Rap has became a gig of trolling. Who can be up on the other, and conspiracies, and who can get the most views on Instagram now. Who can get the most views now? It's not about music, it's about views, being seen. Your music doesn't matter. Music is so bad now that you can look at a video and like the video and care less about the music. Even the videos are getting bad now. You know, after this Lil Nas X situation, videos are never going to be the same again. What they pushing out here is this homosexuality to the young black men, and they use a black man, a black male, to promote this insanity, this hypocrisy, this abomination, this lascivious desire to have love, to be in love with yourself. I was listening to a show yesterday about a Buddhist, and he couldn't even explain his own religion. He had no clue on what his religion was about. All he knew was about knowing oneself. Knowing oneself to what? You didn't create yourself. The music industry has become selfish and has been selfish from the beginning. It's just taking time for people to catch up, because Satan had our eyes closed and shut for a long time. Now that I see the fruit of this music industry, I am glad that I haven't entertained this nonsense. It's hypocrisy what they're teaching out here. And I'm glad that I didn't go too far in it. I'm glad music for me is on more of the back end of what I'm doing. I love music. I still want to do music, but it's not something that I would gotta do music. For the simple fact I got so much other things I can offer. I'm more than just music. I love music, but I'm more than just music. The Lord said, you're more than a conqueror. More than a conqueror. More. So whatever I conquer on earth, I'm going to conquer more when I meet the Father. I'm going to reap the benefits of my obedience to the Lord. That's a good word. So I'm just here just trying to warn the people that this music that we're so in love with has got us to a point that that we don't like real music. Everything gotta be fantasized and exaggerated. Music ain't as real as it was back in the days. I was on a podcast a week back with the Cool Brother, the Cool Podcast, which is streaming now on Spotify. And we was talking about how music has changed. Just look at it. From the 1950s all the way up just to 2000. Drastic changes. And the females are being put in the front line to be sexualized. The females really, some of the females that's out right now, like the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions, they the two biggest rap artists as far as I'm considered, as when you want me to compare him to males. Lil Baby, he's like a female to me. You know, all these rappers to me is like females. They have too many female tendencies. And they all claim to be gangster. Okay, well, really? I just get sick of the hypocrisy. And this is what the powers that be wanted it. They wanted it to be this way. And they're using our black men, young black men, and putting them in front and showing how they mocking us. This is still the minstrel show. We're still dancing for the white man. We're still performing for the white man. There it is. Or the powers that be. There are some black folks that's in this whole gigantic plan, which they made a pact with Satan, because Satan want to control and want to change the image of the Lord. That's just facts. That's just facts. And he's doing it through music. He's doing it through politics. He's doing it through the church. Satan has crept in the church. He's everywhere. He's in homes. Excuse me. Let me get some water. And it's sad because our children will never understand how we had it. They will never understand how different it was. Just like we would never understand, my generation would never understand how different it was when our parents was growing up. We would never understand. But the Lord said he's coming to break all this up and divide all this up. Some people going to be upset. It's going to cause families to question their love for each other. It's going to cause people to make real decisions. And this music industry has been part of the reason why people's minds are scarred. Listening to this filth. The images that they put out. And our little kids today are just, they can't, it's everywhere. You know, they can't escape it. They're trapped in it. And if I was a person that had the power, if the Lord gave it to me, I would say, listen, our parents, we have to make sure none of these evil entities enter our homes through our children. Because they do use your children. Oh, they can't get you, they will get your children. And they'll come through them, and then they'll be still in your home either way. If your house is not covered by the mercies of Christ. And that's key. You have to be covered by the mercy of Christ. By you have to be covered by his blood that he shed on the cross. Because the Lord is not shedding no more blood. He don't do no more blood sacrifices. The last sacrifice of blood was on the cross. He ain't shedding no more blood. He doesn't bleed no more. So that's another doctrine that I hate. Shedding, what was it? Pleading the blood of Christ. You can't plead something that's already been placed. It's up to you to believe. That's why he took it off of him. He said, listen, I'm going to die for you. This blood that I shed today will be for you forever. But you have to believe that I did this for you. And I have come in the flesh. That's real game. So people stop trying to, every time y'all pray, oh, I plead the blood. I plead the blood. No, you ain't pleading anything. It's already there. All you have to do is believe in him and in it. And when I say it, believe in his will, his way. Believe that he can do all things. Nothing is too small for the Lord. And even this and these things that's going on today is not too hard for the Lord. In the snap of a finger or a blink of an eye or a breath of his lungs, or it will be over. So these people are going to get their day. Now it's our responsibility to warn others and make sure we're clean of these fiery darts, because that's what they are, fiery darts. They coming at you each and every way, through your screen, through everything. And they're not going to stop. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so they're not going to stop. So that's why now today in music is so watered down that you listen to it. You listen to a one person album. That's all you need is that one album. That's it. It's over with. The album is over with. Next person. Because if it's not hot enough to where you can listen to it for a week, it's trash. They made it hard back in the day for people to put out music. When you had to wait 6 months at a time to a year for another album to come out from that next artist, your favorite artist, they put out an album at least once, maybe two. You're lucky to get 2 albums a month or every other month. Now you get 5 albums in one day. And that's almost every day. Somebody's putting out a mixtape, somebody's putting out an LP, somebody's putting out something every day. So the music is endless. It's endless, and you're gonna forever hear new music. It's endless. It's so easy to put out music. You got free sites like YouTube. You can put music up on YouTube all day long. And guess what? If you do it for free and you get enough views, you can get paid for it. I'm just saying, man. This music is too easy. It's like processed food. Once you eat it, it runs right through you. It's in the toilet. I'm just saying, man. We gotta be careful, and we gotta start thinking. We gotta start thinking better for ourselves. You have grown folks that's over 50 years old still trying to go to the clubs with the youngins. When I was coming up, you was 50 years old, you was in the crib. You was in the crib by 8 o'clock, in bed by 9 or 10, knocked out. And if you're not knocked out, you're not going nowhere. Children wasn't allowed to go to parties. You know what I'm saying? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, kids is in the house. But what this music has done, while some of our parents was partying and doing their thing, we as children was going out doing our thing. Cause some of our parents was unresponsible and irresponsible, just as we were irresponsible parents. So when the parents went out, did their thing, we got in trouble. We saw that. We copied that. Now we have children. Times changed. Three generations. Now the music, the way it is now, you should have, when a child comes out of the womb, you should put earplugs in their ears every time they start hearing music. No rap music. Even some of the Christian rap music is terrible. I mean, it's good, but it's, how can I say it? It's like gospel music today. You had good gospel rap back in the day, I believe, when it first started, when it was genuine. But when it got to the industry, it became commercialized. So it made it like the Christian rappers or gospel rappers were intertwined with the modern day rappers of today, and which it did transitioned over to modern day hip hop. Just like the world. They no different. That's why when I make music now, I just say, you know what, I'm just gonna rap. My content is gonna be different. It's gonna be somewhere out the ballpark. You ain't gonna find it in the gumbo of the mumble rappers. You're not gonna find it in the gumbo of these just fake rappers. Like, just it's just my music is just different, you know, and I changed it a lot due to my walk, due to the Lord, because I don't want my kids. I know I got music out there now that's terrible, and sometimes I go back and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm amazed though where I came from, how I came from that era to now, and what I'm rapping about now versus what I'm rapped about, let's say 4 or 5 years ago. And it's hard being an artist like this and trying to get the message across, or try to get, even if you're just trying to get noticed, it's hard because you're going against everything that the industry is against. You know, they don't want you talking about Jesus, and if you do talk about Jesus Christ, you have to do other things to get in. I don't believe that you can just be talking about God and Jesus and hallelujah and stuff like that and walk in and sit in the same seat as Beyonce. Not in this world, you can't. They don't teach that. I mean, I guess you can if you're willing to compromise. Yeah. The difference is if you have those that's sitting in the house of and in the seat near Satan, whatever, doing the Father's will, being amongst those, you know, Satanists and stuff like that. I mean, pure Satanists, knowing that they're Satanists. If you're sitting there with them, yes, you can say Jesus is Lord all day long, and they'll let you in. But guess what? You're gonna have to compromise something for that. You can't be saying Jesus on my platform and not compromise. You know we ain't against that stuff. That's the way they are. So don't think that some of these entertainers that's out there that's talking about Jesus, 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 you know, especially in the music industry and just in the entertainment business period, don't think that they're not compromising. Some of them are compromising, y'all. And they don't want to let you know that because they don't want to get caught. They don't want their image tarnished. They don't want their family to look at them funny. They already can't look at their family because they know they did something wrong. Some of these men can't even look at their wife. Why? Because some of them probably did something dirty. I'm just saying. Some of these wives can't look at their husband. Why? Because they did something dirty behind the scenes to get to where they got. They gotta look at their children and feel bad because they betrayed their whole family, their whole image. But you said you're of Christ, and you changed the whole image of God because you wanted fame and money. That's what happens. And now today you just have music as just a tool to get people to get drawn in, because you know they use music in politics. Music is politics now. It's politics. All right, so come on. It was huge in politics this year. It was huge in politics. The last couple presidents debates and stuff like that. It was huge. And half of these artists don't know what they're talking about. A lot of them are drugged out. They're just reading the script, going off script. That's all. They got paid a couple dollars. It's just, you know, it's business. It's business. And people don't understand that yet. But one day they will. And when they will, if you hear the dog, you know, in the background, that's the puppy in the back, want to get out the cage, I let that puppy out the cage. And you gotta keep an eye. You know, puppies, you know, they like to just pee and doo-doo all over the place. So that puppy's in training, so it is what it is. I'll take it out in a little bit, see what's happening. But other than that, man, I think that's it. I don't want to go too much more because I just want to get a little bit off of my chest about this music business, because the music business has been dirty, man, and people are falling into this whirlwind of fantasy land that music has just produced. They changed the whole image. Hip hop has affected the world in a huge way. In a huge way. Simple. Something as simple as sounds and words and beats changed the whole world. And now that you got social media add with the music, how can you win? How can you win? But what I will say is, if you desire your Lord Savior Jesus Christ, or you want to be saved from this world, I ask you to repent of your sins, turn away from your wicked ways, and seek his face, and he will heal your land. Or I can say he will heal your house. He can heal you from whatever you are sick with. Let everything be the Lord's, and let everything that be the world's world. Meaning, whatever the world have, let whatever the world has to offer, and they have, let the world have what it offer. Let the world take what it has, and let the Lord's things be the Lord's. Don't intermingle both of them together. You can't intermingle the world ways and God ways and then still say you're holy. It's impossible. It's just impossible. So I guess I'm gonna close this out, do some unpackaging, do some cleaning. I still got a long day ahead. It's about 3:30. I think this is a good closeout. I wanted to do some more teachings or talks, because next week I think I'm going to be doing some videos. I got some new lights. I got a new gimbal, so the stabilization is going to be nice. The prices has just went up. Yes, sir. I might have to redirect my pricing in a little bit once I get everything working and in sync. It's over. It is over. I'm just saying. I'm still working on new music. Farewell to the Flesh is coming out soon in the summertime. Waiting on some collabos. I'm featured on a album this year. Shout out to my man from Cali, Sean Greenstreet. I think that's his name. He's gonna kill me if I don't get his name right. But shout out to him. I'm on 2 of his projects. 2 of his songs on his project that's coming out, and that's gonna be it. And I listened to it, and I listened to some of it. You know, he posts some of it on his Instagram snippets or whatever, and so far it sounds great. Other than that, you know, we gotta find our place in life and find our purpose with God. That's about it. You gotta find your purpose with God and stick with it until the end. Those that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. But you have to desire that. Nobody can make you do that or make you desire that. You have to want that. If you don't want that, then hey, it is what it is. This 316 Word of Truth. I am gone. I'm out of here. Peace.